if anybody goes to Disney World with their family for spring break, or goes to a beach somewhere, or anywhere on vacation, and you see one of the 535 members of Congress, take a picture and send it to us at TMZ. We will post that picture on our website, on our social media, and we will put it on our television shows. We want to show what they are doing at your expense.
Something absolutely outrageous and enraging, really, is about to happen in Washington, D.C., and that is Congress going on vacation for 2 weeks for spring break. And yet they have not figured out a way to pay TSA officers, to fund TSA, so that to relieve obviously the long lines around the country at airports, but more importantly, to pay the people who are actually working to keep us safe.
For weeks and weeks and weeks.
41 days now.
As a collective, as a body, Congress has proven utterly incompetent to do their jobs. Incompetent that they can't reach some agreement, some compromise to pay these people who are losing their houses, losing their cars, losing their livelihood over, becoming sacrificial lambs so people can have a political gain.
So we wanted to show you, we want to actually highlight how this is impacting people, the TSA officers who are trying to figure out how to keep their lives going without getting paid for now 41 days. And so we're going to be joined by a woman named Rebecca Wolf in just a moment. This is a little bit of what she is going through, and then we're going to talk to her a little bit more. She posted this. It's very clear she and all TSA officers are struggling.
It's the emotional and the mental breakdown that this shutdown causes. I watched an interview, and when I heard an officer say, "We're expected to come to work," and smile in the faces of these passengers, while the whole time in my mind I'm thinking about ways to off myself. Why is that not a discussion? Why is that not being focused on?
Oh, it does need to be focused on for Rebecca and for all these officers who are struggling so much. So joining us right now is Rebecca Wolf, who is, as I said, TSA officer, also the leader of her union as well. Rebecca, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I wasn't expecting that, so I got teary-eyed every time I think about it.
Yeah, we totally get it. So why don't you explain, we want to hear the personal side of this. How has this affected your life?
Me personally, it's devastating. It's caused medical issues for myself. Just the stress of it all. I can tell you, a lot of people don't know this. I started right after 9/11 with the private companies, and I was homeless at that time with children. And then I transferred over into the TSA, and this has been the career that has been able to stabilize me and move forward. And now this is the career that could cost me everything, and having to start over again. And it's stressful. It's hard to think about, but it's something that's always there at the back of your mind. I'm looking at selling my vehicle to try to come up with money. My last paycheck was February 28th. It was $13.53. So March's rent didn't get paid. April's due now. You got car insurances, trying to feed the kiddos and make sure the lights stay on and the water's running. It's exhausting.
Rebecca, are you supporting it's not just yourself. I know you said the kiddos. You have, I know, 2 grandchildren and 4
Hmm.
children. Is everyone living with you, or are
Yeah,
you supporting all those people by yourself?
I am. Um, I have 3 adult children that live with me. 2 have been actively trying to find work. I have a child who has medical issues and cannot work. I have a 16-year-old son in high school, and then my 2 grandbabies.
So you are also your union leader. Um, what are you doing as a union other than just watching the carnival in DC? Are you lobbying? Are you contacting representatives? What are you getting back?
Yeah, we are reaching out to our congressman, um, reaching out to our members and the other officers to make sure they're okay. I cover 6 states, and I have a regional vice president in each state. And they're doing everything they can. We're doing interviews, helping with food drives, um, collecting gift cards, things that we can do to help everyone get through all of this. It just doesn't seem to be enough. Um, and it even all the different calls and the interviews that we're doing, it doesn't seem to bother these people who are making this decision on our lives.
I mentioned a few minutes ago about the fact that Congress is going on their 2-week break.
Hmm.
Just what would you, if you could actually, if any of them had the guts to actually stand face to face with you, what would you say to them about the fact that they are going to go on? It appears they're going to go on this break without finding a way to pay you and your fellow officers.
That is not right. It's it's outrageous that they would even think that it's okay to go home to their families and spend their Easter holiday and spring break with their families when you have hundreds of thousands of federal employees and families that are not being paid. Spring, I say it over and over, spring is a time of new beginning. Then you have Easter, and if you're religious, the aspect of it, it's a new beginning and it's hope. But as I said, even in my post that I put, it's kind of bleak because we don't see any relief. Um, Kiddos, they expect the Easter Bunny, and that's even a reach for a lot of people now to give the kids something like that. And I know some of the congressmen have posted, "Oh, keep my paycheck," and it's a little too late, and they're not in a position where missing a paycheck or 2 or even 3 paychecks is going to hurt them. We are everyday, paycheck to paycheck people, and what I would want them to do is think about if this was your child, your grandchild going through this, and they didn't have help from anybody else. Um, and they shouldn't go home. I don't think they should go home. I think if they're going to do a shutdown personally, they should have to work
Well, they're
Monday
not.
through Saturday.
It looks like they're going to go on recess. I want you to hear
Yep.
this, Rebecca. Want to talk to everybody in our audience right now that television shows. We want to show what they are doing at your expense. And we want everybody to hear that. And we are waiting for those pictures.
I appreciate it.
I'm sorry it has to
Sorry
come
you're
to
going
that.
through this,
Yeah.
Rebecca.
We're
And
so sorry, Rebecca.
I hope that there's some miracle that they figure this out in the next 24 hours because once they're gone for 2 weeks, at that point that this isn't going to be worked out for at least that long. And
Right.
that is too long, I think, for a lot of people. Rebecca, we really wish you the best. Thank you so much for joining us.